Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Amanda. If you like my channel, please like and subscribe. Notification bell down in the corner, that'll let you know as to when I go live. And most of my feeds are live feeds. So today, yay, my friend Tony, the sewing machine had come with just some basic, universal needles. And I went through every single one of them making masks and finally broke my last one. And the order was taking forever to get here. So my friend Tony stuck some in an envelope and shipped them on to me, and they got here today. So I thought I am going to be making masks all day because it's what I can do. I think in this whole thing, um, this is something tangible that I can do. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Hi, Markio. Hi, Sadu Light. I am doing well. Yes. So this is how, okay, and understand this is just how I do it. There's many, many templates and mask making scenario, there's all sorts of things. So do what works for you. I took part of my watercoloring pages and I made a quick template. This is 10 by 12, so everybody knows. Hi, Kushal. Yes, we're going to make masks, Markio. Okay, so I've already cut out material. And this material is cotton and it's been treated with Teflon and some other stuff. I'm just really in anything, just a tightly woven cotton should work good. So let me address some comments real quick before I get started on this. 100% more pro than I was on machines. Thanks. Hi. Hey, girl. Hi, Linda. Hi, Ocean Breeze. Way down from Mississippi Gulf Coast. Oh, stay safe. I heard about the tornadoes. I'm so sorry about that. I'm glad that you all enjoy what I'm putting forth. I really do. I'm going to literally just make as long as I've got material and thread and needles, I'm going to make masks until I get everybody masks. I don't want anybody to get sick due to lack of a skill that I have. And also one of my viewers, Carol, was the one that sent me this last year. And without knowing how important it would be. And so I also feel that, that was an investment that was made into me. And so it is time to definitely put that to use and invest in my company. Just one moment, because I do not dismiss this call. It is my daughter. Hey, hon, can I call you back? Okay. I love you too. I'll call you right back. Bye. That was my daughter, and I don't like pressing dismiss on her calls. So got our fabric here, okay, and this is 10 by 12. So really, what I did is we're just gonna fold it. So you've got the two sides that you're gonna want to show that are pretty on the inside, and so you're just gonna fold it like this. Okay. One thing I'm going to address is the elastic. Elastic there for a hot second was very, very hard to find. So what I did is I ordered big elastics like that because they were easier to find, and I cut them into strips. Okay. The strips are about this big. I did have them a little bigger, but they pushed my ears out and they kind of hurt. So I definitely have been making them smaller. And what I do first is I take the thing. I'm going to actually do this so I can show you. It's better to see. Okay, so I take the ends like this, and I make sure that it's not twisted, so it's like this, okay? And then, let's see. In Brazil, the stuff is ugly here. You're obliged to use. I've this mask here. This is one of mine, and I just tore up a skirt that I was never going to wear and made, hold on, this one's a little big for me. but see, and it's cute. Like it has that little ruffly. So this is kind of what mine look like. I just clothes that I'm not going to wear or that I can't be giving out at this time, or stuff that's damaged, things that, I don't need. I'm definitely going to put them to use, because right now, if anything, the last thing that I need to be doing is having material that could be going to mass sitting in a closet. And so I'm going to refuse to do that. Hi, Utas. Okay, so put it together. Got a little circle here. Make sure it's not, like twisted or anything. You want it to be a good circle. And we're just going to take this over here. And this right here is about, I would say, 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch where it's doubled over. So you're going to want to double that over like that. Okay. Okay, I'm going to pay attention to what I'm doing so I don't have an issue with sewing anything that's not supposed to be sewn. And then just do it back and forth. And it did not work because apparently I did not have you gotta love like real life videos, because like of course something's gonna go wrong. Apparently it was not in the needle. So first, thread your sewing machine right. That is really important. And that is why the fresh coffee is so important. And most of all, have fun with it. Enjoy what you're doing. Ta-da! And we're threaded. Yay, look at it. Look you go. Yay, okay. Apparently it did sew on there, so I'm just going to roll with it. So you know what I mean. So you got this. It's like this. Ta-da. Okay, so I've got my two little, these are going to be the bands. So now take your 10 by 12, right? Okay. And then fold it so that, I measured real quick to make sure you got it. This is the 10 side. So the 12 side is the width, okay? Just so everybody knows. The 12 is the width, 10, wait, is the length. And hopefully at the end of this, everybody understands. So just put those two edges together like this. Your sewing machine. Pay attention to what you're doing because you don't want to sew your fingers. That's like important. Okay, I'm also going to do just a double stitch over that just to kind of strengthen that. There we go. And if you'd like to see more of my my perfect stitching, it's all over the place, but it's okay. I got it. You got the main idea. Okay. So then what I do is I just cut my threads over here and then make a big sweep of it and then vacuum. Okay. Take this, and just pull it through. Okay, address some comments. Careful, those sewing machines are cool, but they scare me too. Yeah, they can get your fingers. You got to be careful. Sewing machine is modern. Yeah, it's a good one. I like it. I remember when I was young, you know, that was one thing that I enjoyed was the foster home I was in. I was allowed to use a sewing machine, and I used to make my dolls' clothes. And then I tried as a teenager. I loved home ec, and I'd make myself clothes. And now I am getting back into it, and masks are like the perfect start. So now that I've got this line, okay, you can see where this is seam is here, and I'm going to want that on the bottom. Okay. And I really like, okay, I'm using black thread, and this is light colored cloth. So I'd recommend probably using something that matches, but I've got like a ton of this thread, and I'm going to use what I have because in reality, that's where we're at. Okay, so where this is folded is I'm just going to do a quick little line. I'm just going to sew a quick little line, just kind of making that into a little bit of a seam. It's really like maybe a quarter of an inch. See, just like that. Easy. Little, not the straightest, whatever. Okay, and this is how, okay, this is really simple. This is how I do mine. Now, I don't have pins, so I'm just like kind of rolling with it, but I take it and I just pinch it like this. And what I want to happen is I want, this is the bottom here. This is the top. So if I'm taking this, I want this top edge to be folded over like so. So if you can see, this is that top edge, and I want it to overlap. So this part, the folded part, just goes right to that seam, and you got your fold that'll go all the way down like that. Okay. And then take your finger and do it on this side. So really just, and you can accordion these. This is accordion. This is like just an accordion style. So you can really do this with, you know, you can put like little folds in there. You can get creative, whatever. I'm just going to do a simple, because I'm putting them, you know, a lot of these, like today, I've got about 30 sitting over here to make today. And a lot of them are going to go downstairs, of course, for the building, but they're also going to go to our outreach workers for themselves and for the unhoused. So I want to get these knocked out and do them in, you know, an efficient manner. And for me, this is just easier. So when I fold it like that, I just put a quick stitch just to kind of hold that fold in there. Okay, so if you can see, looks like a little pair of pants dancing, like little bell bottoms. Sorry. Okay. All right, let's then just do the other side. Like I said, have fun with it. Kind of want to, you do kind of want them to be even because, you know, you don't want the mess to look dumb. But so I'm going to get with the program here and do it right. Okay. Done. All right. There, I think I'm getting it. There we go. Got it. Aha. Just like that. All right. And see, you'll have it like this. And you're just going to do that quick little stitch on the other side just to hold it together again. And coffee. Mm, yummy. Okay. So you got your little accordion here, like that. See, but it'll stretch out like that. Okay. And then what I do is I take one of these and see the circles here. And then I just wrap this around like that. Okay. So you got, that's going to come up over the ear like that. Okay. And like I said, you can get creative with your accordions. You can make as little accordions, big accordions. You can smush them together. You don't have to do the accordion. Basic thing is getting, mass put together in a way that can get out to the people and they can be reused. Okay. Okay, so what I did is I just went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth on that, right? I'm gonna cut all my strings because strings are irritating. Don't want a bunch of hanging strings. And then I'm gonna fold it like this, okay? As far down as possible, and I'm just gonna cut that edge off. But you got to be careful with this one because there have been times that I have cut into the mask layer and you don't want to do that because then all of a sudden you have a child mask. Well, I mean, if you're making kid masks, these are adult masks. So, okay. Cut these strings off because that's annoying. And one thing that you got to make sure of, and I've done it before, is make sure that your fold is on the same line because I've done it where it's like this and this. And that's not cool. So make sure it's going across the same way. Let's see. Let's see. I'm going to address some comments real quick. That's awesome. Sewing is such a handy. It is, Ocean Breeze. I have a hard time with hand sewing, and even I do have to take a break even with the machine because of the shaking because it my hands will go numb and then I'll start getting pain just from different issues. But yeah, it is such a blessing to have. Let's see. Imagine how many people you need are thousands. Okay. Okay, I want to address this real quick. Yes, I could probably make money making masks, but that's not my lifestyle and that's not in my belief system. What I believe is that if I have the skill and the ability and the supplies to do good in this world, then that's what I need to do. This is a life-saving thing. And so I would definitely, I've taken donations of cloth. I've taken donations, like I've had a sewing machine, things like that. But I would definitely not be comfortable selling masks. I will, as long as I have the skills, the material, the electricity, and I am taken care of, I will give them to anyone who needs them. see. And the thing is yeah, I'm sure that there are millions needed, but you start with what you can do. And I've had to remind myself of that a lot. Like, just do what you can. Like, my mind isn't working, my whole, you know, until our leadership gets with housing people there, it's just too little too late. So it's upsetting. So I've got to focus on, this is what I can do. And if all I can do or knock out are 20 a day, well, that's 20 that weren't there before. And so, no, even if it was half of one, well, then there's one every 2 days. There's, make the difference when you can. It's important. You don't know what'll happen with that. So next, let's see. Did I get a new sewing machine? Last year I did. One of my viewers, Carol, had sent it. It was on my list, and I am so grateful. So grateful. I had no idea that this year would be like mask making central up in my house, but it is what it is, and I am so thankful. So thankful. I've been able to provide masks for my building, my neighbors downstairs, myself, others. Right now, I'm going to make as many as I can, and I will be sending them. I will be giving them. I will be, yeah. So I'm just. It helps to have something to do that is real, that feels, that makes a difference in all of this, because sometimes it feels very hopeless. Let's see. USA will give free masks to homeless people. Don't know where you heard that. Happy mask. President Trump is here. Governors keep. Yeah, I don't want to get into the political. Like, this is about making masks. How many masks can I make in a day? It depends on my hands. Sometimes my hands will hurt, and like there was one day that everything kept going crazy and not well, and I was only able to make like 10. A lot of times I'm able to make like 20. It all depends. Today, like I said, I've got stuff for at least 20, 30, and then I'll cut more material. So I'll just keep going until I have to take a break. So, okay, back to it. Okay, so we sewed on this side. Just one moment. Package. Okay, so I don't know whether to open the package first or sew the mask. So we're gonna open the package first because it's gonna be a surprise. Oh no, it isn't for us. This, I know exactly what it is. Oh, not for us anyway. That's Athena's sleeping bag, and she had that ordered and sent here. So I'll get a hold of her and let her know that's there. Okay, wonderful. Back to sewing the mask. You're such a good girl. Did you get them? Yeah. It was good. You was so good. You're the best girl. The best girl. Yes, yeah. Make a master. Okay, back up. Remember, you don't like the sewing machine. Okay, so back at it. Again, just do one thing. Oh, I do want to tell you too, though, and this is something, when you're sewing, make sure that your seams are a little above where you're sewing this. So you're wanting this to be a little above. Otherwise, it's going to pop up and it just looks funny. Okay, so fold that over. Oh, and just so everybody is aware, Athena is doing well. She got her stimulus check and she got her and Sajal into a hotel for a while. And so that's pretty awesome. Okay. So, and again, trim this little bit here. Just be careful of not cutting the actual mask. There we go. Okay. So you got like a line there. Okay. So here you go. Ta-da. Okay. This one is a little big. But I'm making them for people in the building and I have a little head. So I'm trying to make them a little bigger. So here we go. There you are. Ta-da. There's a mask. But like I said, oh, so there's a mask. Like I said, I have a child size head. So mine is actually, I have one just for me that's smaller, but I do make them this size because I know that in the building, there are adults with regular size heads and and they need a regular size mask. Just so everybody knows as well, as soon as you're done making them, they do need to be freshly laundered and then packaged up. So I do freshly launder these before I send them out to anyone or whatever, and then I bag them. So here's a mask. And I will be sewing and sewing and sewing and sewing and sewing all of the ones that I possibly can. Um, Definitely let me know if you're in the area and you have a donation of material or elastic. I will gladly take it. I will turn them into masks as well. And I will just continue to keep doing what I can. Also, I added our hygiene kits for the city are ridiculous. Okay. It's a bar of soap and two bottles of water. Number one, you're going to drink the water that day, and then the bar of soap is going to get gross, and then the Ziploc bag's going to fail, and then you're going to have grossy soap all over in your stuff. So bar soap's not a good option for somebody who's unhoused. So I found these no water, no rinse soap stuff. So I put that on the list because I thought I might, to put a mask in and put one of those in would be super helpful because that way they don't necessarily have, they can use I don't know if it's as effective. I'm trying to think of anything and everything. To be honest, without housing, nothing we do is going to be effective in this population. So it's very frustrating. But I put them on there, and so if you see those on there, I will, I think that's a good idea, and maybe we'll throw those out and get them out. Okay, I am gonna address some comments. Are you saying your neighbors have big heads? Some of them. Some of them do. Not gonna lie. And they're the ones I was thinking of. Cause like if you guys saw head, like I can always like tie up the elastic or something, make it tighter. But if like I made one that was too small, and it actually was what reminded me not to do that because immediately it was like me and my ears were out to here. It hurt, and then it kept slipping, and I'm like, okay, that's not a thing. You need to make them bigger. Um, Good point about laundering them before because fabric has a strong smell unlaundered. Yes, and it's important. Just you want to really do everything you can to have them be sanitary and sanitized when you get them out and disinfected. Linda, good job. Thank you. It is. I have a friend who's asking for some kid sizes, so I'll be making some children sizes. And that's pretty easy for me because that's my size. um, Doing the best I can, which is everything. Thank you. I'm gonna look at your list and see if there's anything I can do. The only thing I have for outreach right now, I think on that list is those. Really, there's very little that we can do. That's why I am focusing my attention on really just connecting, making sure just all the things that I would normally do, but also the tangible stuff. Since I can't do the tangible stuff, I'm definitely going to, I will make masks until I can't make anymore. um, could mail you one if I send you money from PayPal. That's either one of those is fine. But I also want to remind people that in these times, you know, do what you can for your community, but definitely make sure you are taken care of. So many, I want everybody to be okay. I want everybody to be okay. That's what I got to say about that. All right, everybody, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. This was fun. I might do a cooking one later, taking a break or something. That granola last time is really awesome, by the way. It turned out very, very good. So anyway, you guys, take care. Sending love. This is how I make masks, and I will be doing this all day long. Bye.